welcome to Knit in the City. I am Rebecca, the city is Malmö, and today I am back with a short episode. And this is also a pattern roundup, but bear with me because I hope that this one can be helpful. If you, like me, have run out of time, here is a little sample of gift knits that you can knit in time for the holidays. These patterns are knit in thicker yarn from DK to super bulky, so that they can knit up quickly. All of them except for one are also free patterns, so you can just pick them up. The first one is the Frosted Dawn cowl. That is so difficult to say. Frosted Dawn cowl. And the designer is Beatrice Perron Dahlen. This pattern doesn't have a range of sizes, but you can knit. If you knit it in worsted weight, it turns out bigger, and if you knit it in sport weight, it's a smaller cowl. The worsted weight version requires 2 70-gram balls of yarn, and the sport weight only uses one ball of 100 grams of yarn. And it is knit up on 3.5 and 4 millimeter needles, which is US 4 and 6 needles. And if you're a tassel hater, you can omit the tassels. The next pattern is the Penelope kerchief, designed by Linnea Nyman. This is a DK weight pattern, and it comes in 5 sizes, from 6 months to adult. It has a pretty lace detail in the middle, and it uses an I-cord bind off. It is knit on 4 millimeter or US 6 needles, and you only need 1 50-gram balls for all of the sizes. If you want to knit something warm for their feet, the Nola slippers are a great option. They're made by Nola Miller, and she uses 2 strands of worsted weight yarn held together, and that makes this a super bulky weight. It is knit flat on 5.5 millimeter or US 9 needles, and you need approximately 500 yards or 457 meters of yarn. I have knit 2 pairs in the past, and I am a person who really hates seaming, and I try to avoid it at any cost. But this was very simple, and garter stitch is somehow easier to knit up, to seam up, so that it doesn't look wonky. So I can definitely recommend these. Unfortunately, I knit them in a yarn that was 100% wool, which means that the wear and tear just made holes in them. But if you use sock yarn where there is a bit of nylon in them, they should be fine and long wearing. The Garter Stitch Mitts by Ysolda Teague. This is one of my old favorite designers. Her patterns are always well crafted and cleverly constructed. She's also a designer who has been working with size inclusivity long before that became a thing. And for great gift knits, you should also check out her Knitworthy series, which is a series with a series of pattern collections made with accessory patterns made for gift knits. And there are 7 of them now, so there is a lot to choose from. But back to the pattern in hand. These mitts are knit in a DK weight yarn, and they come in 5 sizes. Sorry if I'm looking over here, but I have my laptop with the details, and I can't remember all of this. Let me see where I was. Now I just dropped everything. 5 sizes from little kid to adult large, and these are knit flat in garter stitch, but there is only 1 seam at the end, and if you really hate seaming, you can graft them together using Kitchener stitch. They're knit on 3.75 millimeter or US 5 needles. And if you like to knit a hat instead, there is the ribbed beanie by Emily Baldwin. And this beanie is knit in a DK weight yarn on 3.5 or US 4 millimeter, 3.5 millimeter or US 4 needles. This only uses 160 meters or 175 yards of yarn. And it only comes in one size, but it is a free pattern. And it's pretty simple and straightforward so that you can easily convert it to other sizes. And this is an adult size. It measures 52 centimeters around when you put it on your head. But I mean, since it's a ribbed hat, it can also accommodate a lot of different sizes in just one. And if you don't like purling or you feel like ribbing is slowing you down, the classic cuffed hat by Purl Soho is a great option. This is knit in worsted weight yarn on 4.5 or US 7 millimeter needles. And it comes in 3 sizes, baby, kid and adult. And the pom-pom is optional. The next pattern is not something you can wear. It's a decoration. It's called Stjärna, which means star in Swedish. And the designer is Karolina Eckerdal. This pattern has been in my Ravelry queue for a long time. I actually checked it and it's since 2010 and I still haven't knit it. It's like every year before Christmas I'm like, this is so cute, I'm gonna make it. But somehow I end up not doing it. And I think the reason is that I really like making things that you can wear and use often. But perhaps it's also because it seems a bit fiddly and you have to stuff it. I'm really not selling this pattern very well. I mean, this little star is super cute and you don't have to celebrate Christmas to make it. It can just be like a nice winter decoration. And it uses DK weight yarn and is knit on 3 millimeter or US 2.5 needles. And you start from the points and work your way into the center. It comes in 2 variations, one with an even and one with an odd number of stitches, so that you can accommodate it to color work or some kind of pattern, texture pattern, if you want to. And it uses up very little yarn, less than half of a 50-gram ball. The last one that I've chosen is the Cottage hair accessories by Wool and Pine. And this is the only paid for pattern that I'm going to talk about here. But this includes a lot of different patterns in one. So for $5.30 USD, you get a pattern for 8 different accessories. It's a thin hairband, a thicker, shorter one, 2 different size bows. I can't speak today. A double bow, 2 different sized scrunchies. And this is what I can discern from the pattern page. And I haven't bought the pattern, so I don't know exactly what is included there. It doesn't list them. It just says that it's 8 of them. And I think that what I've told you now only adds up to 7. So there is a surprise in there. But these are the quickest knits of them all. So if you can whip up one of these the night before and be good to go. It also uses the least amount of yarn. So this is a great for your scraps. A great pattern for your scraps. It uses only 2 to 10 grams of fingering to DK weight yarn. So here the yarns are a little bit thinner than I promised in the beginning, but since these things are so small, even the fingering weight thingies are going to knit up really quickly. So they're knit on the whole range of needles between 3.5 to 4.5 millimeter or US 4 to 7 needles. That was all I had for today. You can find all of the patterns in a Ravelry bundle that will be linked in the show notes. So with this short video, I wish you all happy holidays and see you in the next one. Bye!